Hey, what's up guys? My name's Joe. And that's enough for that. I don't do favorites every month, but this month we're doing a favorites. Well, not this month is December, but we're doing a favorites for November, which just passed. We're just gonna let it slide. So for today's favorites video, I've got 5 things that I'm gonna show you guys, and I've split them up into certain categories. The first category that we're gonna start with is accessories, and I've decided I'm gonna start using categories for each of my favorites video. That just adds a bit of like structure. So first one is accessories. So if you saw my last favorites video, which took place a few months ago now, I think, you would know that I've started getting into watches. I've got a new brand that I've been wearing a lot recently. In my last favorites video, I showed you a few wooden watches, and I still really like those, but I've got a few non-wooden watches to show you now as well. So I've got 3 new watches here, which I've actually owned these 3 watches for at least 3 months now. I just haven't shown you them specifically. I showed you this one right here in my Jack Threads video because this is my favorite out of the bunch. And these watches are by a company called Tayroc, which you may have heard of by now, maybe you haven't. But they've been getting a lot of press lately because they are very high quality watches at a very affordable price. Affordable when it comes to watches anyway. I picked these 2, but then they sent me this identical gold one just because they felt like it, I guess. So let me show you my favorite out of the bit, and then I'll show you these 2 in a second. You guys know by now that I like very simple stuff. Like, look at what I'm wearing right now. It's fairly plain, but that's why this watch is my favorite out of the bunch. It's super simple, and it's super thin as well, so it's really comfortable on your wrist. The visible side of the straps, which you see when you're actually wearing the watch, is made out of black leather, and that makes it easy to pair with pretty like everything that you're gonna wear. Like I can wear this with anything. So this model is a little more fancy, and these wire mesh straps are really comfortable to wear because they wrap around your wrist and fit super snug and tight, but at the same time it doesn't feel like it's straining, so that's nice. I did have to get this fitted, so you'll have to get it fitted, but when you do get it fitted, it's gonna feel really comfortable. So now as for the gold version right here, this is probably the one that I would wear least often because it's more flashy, and I tend to, as I said, I tend to wear more simple things that don't stand out like loads. But with that being said, if you happen to be wearing a lot of neutral colors, like a lot of grays, different shades of grays or blacks, and if your whole outfit is kind of one neutral color, I find that the gold really accentuates the overall outfit and kind of puts that extra oomph into what you're wearing for that day. So I'll link these 3 watches in the description below, and you can also check out their whole collection because they've got loads of watches. So this isn't something that I've talked about very much in the past. Maybe I've mentioned it. I think I've mentioned it in one video, but it's something that I've been using for a while now, probably almost a year. And that is 100% pure argan oil, also known as Argan Spinosa kernel oil. The same thing, so it's okay. You may have heard of argan oil before, and I want to make a full video for it because I don't have enough time to say about it now, but it is great for people who suffer from dry hair, or just generally for people who use heat products as well, or just for anyone who wants to have like healthy hair. In addition to it just being generally beneficial to your hair with its oily properties, argan oil is also a natural heat protectant. So I always use this before I blow dry my hair, and I apply about 5 drops. If you have less hair than me, then you want to apply less, and if you have more, you know, you can figure it out. But it's a non-oily oil, if that makes any sense, meaning that when I fully dry my hair with the blow dryer, I'm not going to have any oil residue left over in my hair. It makes my hair feel softer, and it makes it more easy to work with, but it doesn't make it greasy. I'll link a video in the description so you can find out how to make sure that you can get 100% pure argan oil instead of a knockoff. So check that out, it's in the description. Not my video, someone else's. So I've got 2 items to show you. One of them is a bit more pricey, one of them is extremely dirt cheap. I'll start out with the more pricey. So once again, linking back to my Jack Threads video, these shoes that I wore from that video, these shoes are from Ted Baker, they're not from Jack Threads. So these are a pair of light blue suede derbies, and they are amazing. I've given them a lot of wear now, so they are starting to become dirty around the wooden bases, and especially on the bottom. But they are extremely solid, extremely classy. I love suede shoes. I was given these as a gift by my friend, and they cost 130 pounds at the time. So not the cheapest of shoes, but extremely nice. I really like them. So that was a high quality brand. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum and check out a brand that doesn't have a great reputation for quality, but it doesn't matter for what I'm about to show you. And that is these cotton ties from Primark. Once again, if you are an American viewer or someone who's not from the UK, Primark is pretty much as cheap as it gets when it comes to a clothing store. I wouldn't shop at Primark for most things, but when it comes to accessories, small little accessories like these ties, it's great. So it's a very modern take on a slim tie, and I picked up 3 because literally they cost £3 each, which is like nothing. They're cotton, but in addition to that, they've got like cool texture just across the tie, and I mean, they're great considering that they're only £3. And here's me wearing one of the ties when I took on a presenting role for a university assignment. So you can see that they look pretty nifty. Pretty nifty, I'm telling you. So this doesn't fall under any other category, but this is really cool. So I've saved up for some time now and just recently spent some pretty big money to get a 3-axis gimbal. If there's any film and camera lovers out there, you might know what this is, and if not, I'll just show you. So what is it? Well, it's just a stabilizer. Check it out. Whoa. Camera stays put, no matter what I do. I can even take it around in a full circle. Ow, hit myself in the face. So the plan is to use this a bit more often when I'm filming like lookbooks and whatnot. I'll get someone to help me and I'll have some really smooth footage. I can change the settings so I can make the camera follow me when I turn if I want to. I've just turned it off so I can show you how smooth it is. Just like this. If you want to see an example of something that I did, you can check out in the description. I've left a quick example, it's like a minute or something, of me using the Ronin, but it's literally like one of the first times that I ever used it, so it's not that great. You'll get a better understanding of what it's meant for basically if you see that example, so go check it out. Like I said, you can find all the links to everything that I've talked about in the description down below. Let me know what you thought of this month's favorites. By this month, I mean last month's favorites, but shown to you this month. If you've got any questions, go ahead and ask them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because that helps me out. Social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is in the description. You can click it. And that's it. I'll see everyone next time.